Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So we're going to kind of get into the weeds here a little bit. All of the full bios are in your materials, but I'm going to give a brief summary, and they're going to go in the order that I do the intros. But before I do that, I just want to say I think the table has been set with the first two panels that we had this morning. And now we're going to get into some specific examples and specific cases. One of the backdrops that I would like to just mention is that we heard a lot this morning about where we're at and what the situation has in store for us regarding the precarious work and surviving in these difficult times. I think there are some answers that are already out there, and they have existed for the movement with some of the unions that have been around for over 100 years. And those unions are in the building trades, the arts and entertainment, and the Teamsters, who have worked in this kind of precarious gig economy. The common thread that has saved those workers is a benefit package and the ability to negotiate about wages, hours, and working conditions. In all of those sectors, they have a different employer in some cases every single day, and they live in this world of jumping around from jobs. So I think there's some stories or some examples that already exist. So without further ado, I'm going to do a brief introduction of the panelists, and then we'll hear from them and we'll get into the Q&A. The first speaker is Jose Garza. Jose is the Executive Director of the Workers' Defense Project. Garza started with the Workers' Defense Project in January of this year. He is a native Texan and has devoted his career to fighting for working families and immigrant families. Jennifer Rosenbaum. Jennifer will be the second speaker, is Robino Foundation Visiting Human Rights Fellow for the 2016 academic year, where she focuses on human rights, approaches to raising standards for low-wage workers on a global supply chains, both global production networks and global labor subcontracting chains. Ellie Kugler is the Director of Policy at the National Domestic Workers Alliance. She leads the organization's federal policy work around direct care and child care, supporting organizing and campaigns by and for direct care workers. Shannon Garth Rhodes is the communications coordinator for Fight for 15, the Western region. Shannon started in the Fight for 15 in St. Louis, Missouri, for their very first fast food strike in May of 2013. And our last speaker this afternoon will be Janice Fine. Janice holds a PhD in political science from MIT and is Associate Professor of Labor Studies and Employment Relations at the School of Management and Labor Relations at Rutgers University. So without further ado, Jose.